Good morning everybody and welcome back to another video. My name is Jan Kielster and I'm a dairy farmer from Saskatchewan, Canada. And this morning I'm extremely excited because tomorrow we're going to start that first cut of alfalfa. We're going to be silaging it all, about 500 acres, and I'm going to start cutting it this morning. I already started our MacDon swather and it's just warming up right now, and then we're going to head out to the first alfalfa field. We got the 30-foot draper header on here, and that's in front of our MacDon swather. Big jug of coffee this morning. This is usually my sister's job, but luckily for me, she was on the milking schedule this morning, so I just said, oh, I'll start cutting, and that's how I ended up here. But we're gonna start opening up the field, and hopefully there's not too much dew. There is a 100% chance for an inch of rain this afternoon, which is pretty likely, I guess, although I've seen that get taken away within a couple hours before. So hopefully we do get that rain. I'll say it right now. We would love to stop cutting because we're getting an inch of rain. It's that dry right now. We're perfectly fine with delaying silaging for a day or two if that's what it takes. So as far as swathing goes, I'm definitely not the expert on the farm. I'll give that to my sister Neline. She's spent hundreds and hundreds of hours more swathing than I did. So hopefully this morning goes good. We're going to be doing all of the edges of the field, which is actually where the most alfalfa is. So that's kind of my only concern. The other concern might be if there's a lot of dew, that the crop is really wet right now because I'm starting at 7 in the morning, and that might just make cutting a rough time. Get a bunch of mud all over the knives. We'll see how that goes. Okay, well, here goes the first little cut. Turn the thing on. Looks good to me. There's definitely some alfalfa here. That is looking good. Man, oh man, I hope the whole field is like this, then we're gonna be really happy. We are stopped for the first time, made myself a nice little beaver hutch for when I'm chopping tomorrow morning. That's gonna be a nasty one, but we run into some plastic. You can see that just blocks up our knives, and there's nothing we can do about that. This is, I think, all silage plastic, so we're dairy farmers ourselves. Can't keep track of it all. All knives are looking clean. Should go cut normally again. We're just going up and down the field now. We got those 3 outside rounds done. We always start clockwise with the first round, and then the next 2 rounds we do counterclockwise, just so that the chopper and the tractor's on the outside of the field and the trucks are on the inside. We don't want trucks to be driving on the outside edge of the field, just because if there's a ditch, it gets a little tippy, it can get sketchy, and that's just how we open up every field for barley and for alfalfa. Whatever we're silaging, that's how we'll open it up, because the chopper does need to pick up the swath the same way that the swather drove, so we can't mess that up, otherwise it makes a hassle out of chopping. And but we got that done. It's going good now. We're just going up and down. Crop's looking mid, I guess you would say. It's not a bumper crop, it's not too small either. we're definitely happy to have it. And as far as the rain forecast for this afternoon, for cutting it's looking bad. For the survival and well-being of the rest of our crops, it is looking really good. I hope it stays that way. I'm pulling it up right now on my phone, and you guys can see right there, you know, I'll believe it when I see it, but 100% for 20 to 25 mils of rain. Boy, oh boy, if we could get that, that'll lock in at least some tonnage for our barley silage, and we'd be so grateful to get that. That's also why I started pretty early this morning with cutting. We want to get as much of this on the ground as possible. That way, if it does rain, we'll start tomorrow afternoon, and we won't have to start cutting too early tomorrow in these wet conditions. Cutting in wet crops is always the worst. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's going good so far. Hopefully it keeps going good. Well, there's Neline. She's taking over from me right now, but we've definitely hammered out quite a few acres. Coverage 82, and that excludes quite a bit of the headland, so we've tried to knock down 100 acres total. And she's coming in to finish the job off. Hopefully she can get a lot done before the rain comes. Hey, yo.
Hi.
Have fun.
I will. How's the cutting?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's cutting good.
Any pro tips from the Sask Dutch kid?
Yeah, lay a smooth swath. Like all the ones over there.
Yeah, okay.
We got a bunch of other stuff to get done today yet. We got to fuel up the case loader, I believe, and we got to take plastic off of the alfalfa silage pit. We're going to be backfilling one of the bunks, and we're going to open up another silage pit since we're going to be blocking that side off. So yeah, lots to do today yet, but the day is still young, and if we're lucky, we'll be able to do some of it when we're getting soaked by showers. We've been talking quite a bit how we're gonna build the silage pits. We got the 8-meter wide bunk over there. This is a 10-meter wide bunk, and we just decided we're gonna start backfilling this one, fill it completely up, and then if we're lucky, we'll be able to fill that other one completely full. But I'm not that optimistic. I don't think we're gonna fill it. So we figured, since if we start with that one and get into this one after and fill this one halfway, it's gonna be a lot more plastic, a lot wider to peel back when we start the second cut of alfalfa. So we figured we'd build that one halfway instead of the other way. So I gotta expose quite a bit more silage here so we can put some fresh silage on top. Threw a bunch of tires already. We brought it all the way back about 5 meters, so 7 to 8 meters here. I don't know, 25 feet worth of exposed silage after we peel this back. But I figured we'd leave a couple tires on there and not fold the plastic back yet, just in case we do get a boatload of rain. It's just gonna cause all of this feed to rot, so there's no need in that. I'm just gonna fuel up the case loader and grease it, and then we should be 100% ready to go for tomorrow morning. It's been a long week of getting ready for silaging. The forage harvester, our JF stall, was in Still quite a few pieces at the beginning of last week, and our mechanic Brent, he got that thing thrown back together pretty quickly. So it was amazing how quickly he's able to get it back into one piece and into chopping condition. So that's cool. We also, of course, had to put the silage gates on the truck, and we also had to pick up the swather from the other yard, switch the headers, and then we had to do a whole equipment shuffle of the entire shed here, because of course that swather header, the draper header that we're using right now, was in the back corner of our equipment shed, so we had to move everything out of the way. We also put a bunch of tires on the silage pit bunk walls just to make covering the piles with plastic after a lot easier. But yeah, lots to get ready every single year for our silaging, but we think it's worth it to do it ourselves. A little bit cheaper than getting the custom worker out, and you can always go when you want to go, so that's why we do it. Anyway, let's get some diesel and some grease into that case loader. We should be ready to rock and roll. First thing we're doing right here is checking the tire pressure in this left side dual. I put 43 PSI in it 2 days ago, and when I pressure check it now, see if I can get this on camera. You can see there's only 30 PSI in there now, so it is leaking pretty aggressively. I'll put some air in there again, and we're just gonna have to keep an eye on it throughout the day and check it every night when we're servicing equipment. Make sure that we don't run it empty of air and take the thing off of the rim. Well, if we don't end up getting any rain, at least we saw the clouds go by. Oh boy. Nothing smells better than rain on dry dirt. Unreal. Hopefully it keeps up for a while. So we just finished greasing it. This thing should be 100% ready to go. Ready to pack some silage tomorrow morning. We always get a lot of comments on the videos with the duals in front of this case loader. A lot of people haven't seen duals on a loader before like this. So it's just a tube in the middle, and that's the bracket that holds the second tire on there. We take the bolts out, the lug nuts on that inside tire, put some longer bolts in there, and that mounts this cylinder in there, and then that allows us to put the second tire on. So works pretty good. This is how we've always packed silage. We've always used a wheel loader, never a four-wheel drive or a tractor with a blade or something like that. We always like the wheel loaders. Well, I guess it started to rain too much in the field. Neline's back. She's grabbing fuel right away. What the heck, Neline? You're supposed to be cutting alfalfa, not trees. So how'd it go?
It all goes towards the silage pit, right?
Yeah, I guess.
It was good, yeah. Sucks that I got rained out, but...
Yeah. It's not really raining right now, bro. I think you can head back out. I'm done. Sweet. Well, it's been raining for a little bit, and before I go home tonight, I'm going to check one of the rain meters in our field. So this is our furthest south field. Got peas, and we got a little rain gauge here. 1.5 tenths. Can't say we didn't get any rain yet, that's for sure. You're almost more nervous right now when it is actively raining than before the shower comes, just because you're so close to getting the rain and it hasn't come out of the sky yet, and you need it so bad. So it's kind of nerve-wracking now. Hopefully over the next couple hours we get this rain. We're just at our road allowance here, and this is a project we've been working on since spring. It's done now, so the guy that was doing the dirt work here, he just put in his last couple hours a couple days ago, and then Dad came again and disked it, so we could seed through here if we wanted to. I'll probably, as soon as we're done that first cut of alfalfa silage, come out here with the liquid manure tanker, put a layer of manure on it to keep it from blowing in the wind, and add some nutrients to the soil. Although it is quite a bit of topsoil, actually. It worked out really good. It's not all sand, so that's cool. It's looking good. And another job done, so I'll put some drone shots of that up on the screen now. But that is going to be it for today's video, guys. I really hope it keeps raining for the next couple hours. Be nice if this rain picked up a little bit more, and it'd be really good for the farm. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll let you know if we start silaging tomorrow morning or we wait an extra day. But you guys will have to wait till the next video for that. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.